Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, here on a Monday night for the Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing League. Top Hat Comics Super Late Models. Back again here on a Monday night for these guys. We're on race 2 of 12. 125 laps here tonight at North Wilksboro Speedway. These Super Late Models are going to be going around here. Right now, sitting top of the charts, someone who was up near the front last week, which was the 13 of Thomas Axe. I'm currently sitting on pit road. Chris Carroll, he was your race winner last week. He has to start from the rear of the field, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that number 99 all night long. Taking a look at Tanner Marr right here, sitting 9th on the practice charts right now. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in here on a Monday night to True Sim Productions. For the for the Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series. Please excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Still getting over a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little nasally, that's why. We got about 3.5 minutes left in practice here. Then these drivers are going to go into single car qualifying. Figure out who's going to be starting on the pole for tonight's race. I see a few new names out there, a few returning members from last week. We got 20 drivers, 20 Super Late Models here tonight at North Wilksboro. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. About 2.5 minutes left to go here in practice. In just a second here, we are going to go trackside to start pre-race ceremonies. Also want to point out that tonight there is the choose cone rule. So these drivers, when they come 1 to green, will be choosing inside or outside lane. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am getting word right now from the producers. It is time to go trackside. We got to start pre-race ceremonies. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem, everybody. Again, I know I sound like a broken record with this, but go help out Joshua at Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel, watch a few of his videos. He does great work, and he supports us, so we try to support him. Practice has wrapped up here, though, tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go into single car qualifying, get these guys ready for 125 laps around this classic short track. will be the first person to go out on track. Let's see, we got the 14 of Pittman sitting on pit road waiting to get the green light to go out. But how about that number 1 of Jeff Clifton? He's heading out on the racetrack. Let's see if we can ride around with him. Clifton takes the green flag down into turns 1 and 2. Going to take a nice wide arc into the corner and try to cut that corner off, straighten it out, coming off. Going into 3 and 4, hugging that apron or that little curbing down there, if you will, across the line for his first lap. It's going to be an 18.04 for the number 1 of Clifton. Provisional pole right now. Down to 3 and 4 for the final time, coming out of 4 to get the checkered flag. See if he can improve. He doesn't. He actually goes just a touch slower and now getting bumped down to 3rd. But an 18.04 for the 1 of Clifton. Thomas Axum goes on provisional pole. Larry Bell out there finishing up his qualifying run. Getting big sideways coming out of 4. Keeps it underneath of him, though, trying to get everything out of it. It's going to be good enough for 5th place right now with an 18.12, an 18.12 for the 43 of Larry Bell. Kyle O'Danick and that 21 out there. Had a good run last week, finishing up his qualifying run. Good enough for 6th spot with an 18.08, 18.08 for Kyle O'Danick. Looks like Tanner Martin just finished up his qualifying run with an 18.21. Good enough for 10th place. Jeffrey Miller in the number 79, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of turn number 4 to finish his qualifying run. An 18.35, good enough for 13th position. 18.35 for the number 79. Right now, Thomas Axum on the pole, or provisional pole, I should say. Brian Zimmerman finished up his qualifying run, turning a couple extra practice laps. Good enough for 2nd place with a 17.98. Jason Raymond out there in the number 44. Oh, big sideways coming across the line. Not sure what happened to Raymond there. Looks like some electrical issues going on inside that super late model. As you see the puff of smoke there as he gets it stopped. Hopefully they can get that fixed before they start gridding. Brian Treadwell, number 48, he's out there turning his qualifying laps right now. A minute 56 left on the clock for these drivers to get a spot here. Remember, we have 20 drivers here tonight. 15 have set a lap so far, 5 more to go. Treadwell's going to go P15 with a 19.60. Cross the line for the final time. 18.62 for Brian. It's going to keep him P15. Thomas Axum looks like he might go out and run his 2nd lap. He only turned 1 lap. He felt like that first one was good enough to hold pole, and right now he is correct with a minute remaining on the clock. So let's see here. As it stands right now, Thomas Axum on provisional pole. Brian Zimmerman outside pole. 39 seconds left on the clock. All right, and that wraps up qualifying here this evening at North Wilkesboro. These drivers are going to start gridding up and getting ready to go on 125 laps. Should be a quick one. Let's go ahead and start getting through that grid. Thomas Axum, your pole sitter here tonight in the number 13. Brian Zimmerman going to be starting on his outside in the number 28. Troy Tarbuck starting in third position in the number 24. And in fourth place will be Christian Pittman in the number 14. Jeff Clifton in the number 1 is going to be starting P5 with Jason Raymond in the 44 to his outside. Kyle O'Danick in the number 21 is going to be starting in 7th. And Larry Bell in the 43 going to be starting to his outside in 8th. Guy Barrett in the 02 will be starting in 9th position with Brody Mears in the 72 to his outside in 10th. Tanner Marr is going to be starting in 11th position in that number 4 super late model with Jason Korn in the number 39 starting to his outside. Scott Smith in that number 53. He's going to be starting in P13 with Jeffrey Miller in the 79 starting 14th. Brian Treadwell, he's going to be starting 15th position in that number 48 with Brad Carpenter in the 31 starting to his outside. Chris Carroll, remember, had to go to the rear of the field because he won last week. I don't know why that's not. There we go. Chris Carroll, Derek Stanley, Mitchell Newmark, Chris Clark rounds out your field of 20 here tonight. All right, these drivers are starting to get lined up, get the tires warmed up, get ready to go here tonight. Like we keep saying, 125 laps. These drivers are ready to go, and so am I up here in the booth. 125 laps here around North Wilkesboro. It's Crooked Line Racing here on a Monday night, and we are green flag in the air. Down into turns 1 and 2, it's going to be Thomas Axum with a little bit of an advantage, but Brian Zimmerman holding strong on the outside. They're 2x2 going behind them. As you see, the 44, Jason Raymond, starting to make some moves there on the top side. Troy Tarbuck, a little bit of a bobble there going into 3 and 4. Kind of held up Clifton just a little bit. Clifton's going to take a peek to the outside. Larry Bell already up 2 positions from the start. He's sitting in 6th position, right in front of the number 21 of Kyle O'Danick. They're going to be side by side back here, the 72 and the 21 for it looks like 7th position. Looks like Kyle's going to go ahead and get by, no problem. Let's bring up your ticker, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 3 of 125 here this evening. Thomas Axum, your race leader, got around Brian Zimmerman, and now Zimmerman slots back into P2. Last time by, Thomas Axum set the fastest lap of the race. Actually, now I stand corrected. The 44 of Jason Raymond with an 18.06 fastest lap of the race. Green flag conditions right now. Let's go back a little bit further through the field. Tanner Marr just got around Guy Barrett for the 10th position. That puts Tanner up inside the top 10. Everybody pretty much single filed out, giving each other plenty of room here. Still a long way to go, 120 laps. Guys are doing a great job. Jason Korn in there in the 12th position. Oh my God, it's Korn. That's how I'm just going to announce it from now on. We have to. He's out there running 12th with Scott Smith right behind him in the 53. So it looks like Brian Treadwell might have got the outside wall a little bit right there. It's going to allow the 31 of Brad Carpenter to get to the inside, coming out of turn number 4 and get that position. Move Carpenter up to 14th position. And someone we said we had to watch tonight is that number 99. Remember, he had to start from the back, so I assume he's just kind of riding, saving them tires, saving the equipment for late in the race. Had to start P20. Chris Carroll now up into the 16th position. Derek Stanley in that number 20 is rounding out in 17th position. Jeffrey Miller right behind him. Mitchell Muma holding on to 19th, and Chris Clark. Already some front end damage for the number 91 machine. He's got nutter butter on the hood of that thing. Already breaking my cookies up here, man. We can't be having that. Out there running 20th, trying to get that thing home with the damage on it, hoping for a caution so he can come down and get that thing worked on. Back up to the front of the field, it is Thomas Axon, but don't look now, Christian Pittman in that 14 got around Brian Zimmerman, now hunting the 13 down for the lead. I'm sorry, I was looking at another monitor and it looks like we are under caution. Looking like the number 44 may have been involved here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Down into turn 1 they go. He's going to cut it down to the grass. Oh, just clips the grass a little bit, goes around on his own. That's actually really good car control right there, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't swing it back up. Held his brake, let everybody go by. A mistake on the 44's part, but don't count him out yet. We've seen him break through later on in these races, especially with them choose cones. Or with that choose cone, I should say. And bringing it down pit side. This is going to give the chance for the number 91 of Chris Clark to come down and get some work done on that super late model as well. Got some pretty heavy front end damage. Actually, we're going to wait this caution out. I was going to bring somebody up and talk to them, but I don't want it to go 1 to green here and we have to speed up the interview. So let's see what the caution laps do here at North Wilkesboro. I don't know if they do quick yellows here or not. The track itself, not the league. Yep, so see, they are going 1 to green. Choose cone in effect. Clifton going to be the first one to go to the top side. Troy Tarbuck looks like he's going to follow him. Not a lot of people. There you go. You see him back there. Number 99, Chris Carroll. Just gained a ton of positions there just by going to the outside on the choose cone. But it's in the hands of Thomas Axum and that number 13 coming out of turn number 4. Pace car is off. We're back to green. Great jump for 13 of Thomas Axum going down into 1 and 2. They're going to be side by side right behind him, fighting for second. Clifton with a smart move, taking that top side, now up into P2. Brian Zimmerman fighting Troy Tarbuck there for the 4th position coming out of turn number 4, but now Chris Carroll looking outside, looking into the top 5, up 11 spots so far from the start of the race. That choose cone helped him out a ton. Last week's winner had to start from the rear of the field, now almost up to the front. back a little bit. Kyle O'Danick and Larry Bell are battling side by side here for the 7th position. Give it to Kyle in the 21 here, coming out of turn number 4. He's going to slide up in front of the 43 as we got another yellow flag out on the track. Looking like, oh, Jason Raymond and Brad Carpenter involved. Oh, man, we got to see what happened here. So already some contact there between the 31 and the 53. Oh, the 53 just looks like he misjudged the braking zone there. The 31 got into the back of him. Jason Raymond having a heck of a time. He gets involved. Heavy front end damage. Hopefully shouldn't affect him too much here. Lap 20 of 125 under our second caution. Thomas Axum still in the lead. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Thomas Axum, finger on the trigger. Out of turn number 4, we're back under green. Great jump for the number 13 as they go barreling down into turns 1 and 2. Christian Pittman took the top side that time. Looks like we might have had somebody with electrical problems there on the top side. Pittman's got a good jump. He slots back into the second position. We got Clifton fighting with Carroll there. Carroll on the top side. Gonna pinch him down the racetrack there coming out of turn number 4. He's got the run on the top side. I don't think he's gonna be able to complete that pass. They are door to door here for the 3rd position. Chris Carroll up 14 spots from the start of this race. We go on the roof cam here. Brian Zimmerman. We can see this battle going on right in front of them. As the top two, these two keep racing. Zimmy wants these guys to figure it out so they can get back to single file racing, go catch them leaders, because if not, they're going to start just pulling away on them. It looks like they got it figured out right now. Chris Carroll making an impressive move there on the top side, making it work. Didn't think that top lane would come in tonight, but Chris Carroll just proved me wrong. Everybody pretty much single filed out again. Get some green flag laps in here. Tanner Marr running inside the top 10. Still, he's sitting in 10th, actually. But under heavy pressure from the 72 of Brody Mears. Jason Korn looks like he got up out of the groove a little bit there. Now under pressure from Derek Stanley into number 20 in 1 and 2. Giving him plenty of room, though. making that top side kind of work. 20's going to clear him here. He's going to recompose himself and try and get back underneath him here. Looking to the outside again, number 39. Oh, 20 got a little bit of the grass right there coming out of turn number 2. Scott Smith right behind Jason Korn. With Mitchell Numa following him, Brian Treadwell. Let's go back up to the front. Thomas Axum got about a 4/10 gap right now as they come out of turn 2. Lap 31 of 125. Pittman still running second. Chris Carroll got around Jeff Clifton, now sitting P3, trying to run these guys down. He has gapped Clifton just a little bit. If I take a look at my timing and scoring right now, Chris Carroll is just a little bit slower than our race leaders. Got that time by Thomas Axum with an 18.44. Chris Carroll with an 18.63. Axum on his game here tonight. He was last week as well. Remember, had a little trouble coming down pit road. Missed pit road completely. Brought out the caution and put him a lap down. He was 2 laps down at one point. Managed to get back on the lead lap. Come home in second last week. Christian Pittman is right there, though, on the back bumper. Oh, Pittman almost getting into the wall a little bit. Back to 5th position. Brian Zimmerman looking to the inside of Jeff Clifton here. Troy Tarbuck running in 6th. Kyle O'Danick 7th. Larry Bell 8th. Tanner Marr got up to 9th position. And Brody Mears in 10th. Riding on board with Thomas Axum here. Looking back at that number 14 MF Racing Designs. Perfect time of the year to be running that paint scheme too. We love it. Big shout out to MF Racing Designs. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a paint scheme done, go check out Michael Falk on Facebook. MF Racing Designs on Facebook. Get yourself a scheme done by him. Does great work. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Oh, you heard Axum had to get out of the throttle a little bit. Oh, Brian Treadwell. Brian Treadwell, yellow flag in the air. Already spun around here. Let's see if we can't back it up, see what happened to him. It's another case of just clipping that grass. Try to get it going again, just couldn't seem to get the car straight. Looped it, and then leaders were coming. He backed it up onto the racetrack. And that's what brought out the caution flag for the 3rd time here this evening on lap 39 of 125. See here. See what the pace car is going to do here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like they might be choosing here. Nope, they got one more lap, it looks like. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for some of the dead air moments. I am muting my microphone. I am getting over a cold. Still got to put on a good show for these guys here tonight. But if there's dead air, it means I'm coughing my brains out. So I do apologize for that. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to True Sim Productions here on a Monday night for the Crooked Line Top Hat Comics Super Late Model Series, Race 2 out of 12 in North Wilkesboro. Getting ready to go back green here, Thomas Axum. He's been out front all night long, but Christian Pittman has been trying to make different of that. Now Chris Carroll up there in third. Pace car is off. We're back underway. Going to be side by side there for second place, going down into turns 1 and 2. Chris Carroll trying to slot up in front of the 14. Can't quite clear him. Trying to make something happen here. They're still side by side. Side by side back here for fourth position, Brian Zimmerman and Jeff Clifton. Zimmy thought he might have had him cleared there. Thought different of it, and then managed to clear him going down into turn 1. Clifton is getting hung out to dry up there on the top side. As O'Danick looking to the inside here as they go down into 1 and 2. Christian Pittman now looking back underneath Chris Carroll. Carroll is trying to pinch him down, trying to make it so he can't get on the throttle and get that momentum off the corner. Pittman's going to run him up the racetrack just a little bit. Really good racing here for the second position, but again, they got to figure it out, or else Thomas is just going to run away with it. Right now, he was about a tenth faster than both of these guys last time by, coming to lap 48 of 125. Thomas Axum still your race leader, coming to lap 50 of 125 here. Doing a great job out there, being smooth, being consistent. Chris Carroll, though, started from the back of the field, right? That he used that choose cone to his advantage. He knew people weren't going to be taking the inside because nobody wants to get hung to the outside. Takes it to his advantage, gains 5 positions on one caution and a few more on the next. Now sitting up here in P2s. We got another yellow flag out on the speedway. Looking like the number 72 of Brody Mears might have been involved. Heavy left side damage to that super late model. Looks like a lot going on here going into turns 1 and 2 on lap 50. Guy Barrett is, we're going to pause it right there. Guy Barrett, great job. Went up the track, got it completely sideways there going into 1. Looks like the 72 just gets into the 43 a little bit. Kind of ends his night right there. We'll back it up one more time. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Guy Barrett, I know how it is going into turns 1 and 2 here. And if you slip up just a little bit and that car comes out from under you, it is very, very difficult to save it going into the 1 and 2 here at North Wilkesboro. So great job for Guy there. It looks like the 72 might have thought the 20 was going to get on his back bumper. Maybe went in a little deeper than he was expecting. And just got into the back of Bell, sent him around. So under caution here for the 4th time, Tom Saxon still your race leader. A few drivers electing to come down pit road, and I'm wondering if this is some strategy, if they actually do have to pit here tonight, or what's going on. I'll tell you what, somebody who did just pit, we can go ahead and bring him up real quick, because I know he'll tell us. That's driver of the number 4, Tanner Marr. Hey, Tanner, we saw you come down pit road there. Is that some strategy going on here for later in the race? Do you guys need to stop for fuel?
Yeah, so the way it was working out, we were short on fuel. And I'll be honest, I'm just going to the back all night. But I can't make it on fuel. I'm not feeling good at all. So I'm just trying to stay away from people. But
gotcha.
We can't make it to fuel now. So maybe it works out in our favor. If not, we're just going to ride around and get going.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll let you get back down there, and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you, boss.
That was driver number 4, Tanner Marr. So same thing. He's not feeling too good either, and I'm not either. But we're still out here. We're still making it happen here tonight on a Monday night. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to point out as well that tomorrow night does start back up the Top Hat Comics Tour Modified Series. I will be broadcasting that. That starts tomorrow night, same time, around 9 p.m. Eastern time. We go live here on TrueStem Productions for that. So don't miss it. Mark it on your calendars. Get ready for it because it's going to be another great season. The super late model's already turning into a good season here. So choose cone in effect. Anthem goes low. Carroll goes high. Pittman goes low. Tarbuck goes high. Looks like everybody going in the respectable positions that they should be. Nobody really using that cone to their advantage right now. Lap 55 of 125 here tonight at North Wilksboro. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Looks like Axum waited a little bit longer there, and he fires off. Great jump. Carroll actually wasn't sleeping on that one because he managed to get around Pittman, and now right on the back bumper of that number 13 as they barrel down into 3 and 4. Clifton getting around Tarbuck here for the 4th position. Oh, the number 1 having a little bit of an electrical issue. A lot of cars tonight having electrical issues. Number 21 looking for that 5th position down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Tarbuck to the top side. Larry Bell back there after getting in that altercation. Now finds himself back up inside the top 10. Doing a great job out here for that number 53. I'm sorry, 43. The 53 of Scott Smith is back here in 11th. So he's also having a good run. Oh, the 20 of Derek Stanley gets up out of the groove almost into the outside retaining wall. He's going to lose a few spots here as they go down into 1 and 2. Oh, getting really hard down on the door of that 53. Oh, almost a little bit of contact there as they go down the back straightaway. It's going to allow Carpenter to take a peek underneath. Trying to give him plenty of room here as they go down into 1 and 2, still side by side. So Brian Zimmerman, he and Tanner, oh, a little bit of contact there. Tanner got into the back of Zimmy just a little bit, lifted the rear tires off of the ground, but Zimmerman and Tanner now trying to fight their way back up. Zimmerman has been as high as 2nd place here tonight, sitting in 13th. Right now, Thomas Axum, so your race leader, he's got about a half a second gap to Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll has a near full of that number 14 as we go on board. Great camera angle. You see Pittman behind him. You see him working that wheel. Oh, he sends it in. Almost gets to the back bumper of Carroll. Wow. So lap 64 of 125 here. Chris Carroll in 2nd. Pittman running in 3rd. Clifton running 4th. O'Danick right behind him in 5th. Tarbuck back there in the 6th position with Guy Barrett in that 0-2 running in 7th. See what else we got going on here. Scott Smith, we just mentioned him. He's having a good run here tonight. Just found his way inside the top 10, but has a mirror full of the 31 of Brad Carpenter. And now Tanner Marr is back up into 12th. He got around Brian Zimmerman. Oh my, a little bit of contact there. The 31 and the 53. That moved the 31 of Brad Carpenter up out of the groove. Tanner saw it coming, made a great move, Now finds himself in 11th, looking to the outside of that number 53. He's going to cross him over here, going down into turns 1 and 2. 53 going to give him plenty of room. That was a great move right there. Great move. Slides up in front of him. Give 10th place back to Tanner Marr. #13 of Thomas Axum, still leading the way. But the gap kind of shrinking just a little bit. Let's see, it's about, well, no, it just increased. So it's about a 6/10 gap. It keeps jumping from about 7 to 6/10. And I don't know if that's because Chris Carroll has a mirror full of pitmen right now, or if Axum, I think, is just nailing it here tonight. He's running consistent lap times. Last time by was an 18.64, about 2 laps quicker, or 2/10 quicker than Chris Carroll. As we got another yellow flag out on the field. It looks like 79 Jeffrey Miller having some problems. Already sideways here. Let's see if we can't rewind it. Oh, him and the 48. Let's go to the chopper view here. Oh, yeah. So the 48 gets into the outside wall. Pulls it off the wall. Miller just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time for the 79. Definitely, I wouldn't be happy about that. I'm sure he isn't either. You can tell. Jeffrey Miller having a bad evening here tonight. All right, so we got some drivers coming down pit road. Thomas Axum bringing it down pit side, taking right side tires. Taking left side tires. Clifton making a strategy call. Looks like only 2 right side tires for that number 1 machine. But this works out for Tanner Marr and Brian Zimmerman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break while we're under caution. You all stick around. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Field a little jumbled up right now, but Tanner Marr fires them off. We're back underway. Down into turns 1 and 2. Tanner Marr going to go ahead and lead them down. Jeff Clifton. Oh, big problems for the 13 of Thomas Axum. Getting heavily involved. We got a big one here at North Wilksboro. One of the dominant drivers here this evening getting involved. We're going to have to go back and see what happened here. Let's go to the blimp cam. Oh, man. Okay. So it looks like the 31 of Carpenter and the 13 of Axum get into each other a little bit there. Oh, man, that took out a few good race cars right there. Guy Barrett involved. Larry Bell involved. Not a lot of damage to Bell, but he definitely had to stop. Kyle O'Danick also barely getting through there. But that took out a few good race cars here this evening. So while they're under caution flag, real quick, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shout out our sponsors one more time. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't make a lap. Single file restart. No choose cone. So field in the hands of Tanner Marr once again. Brian Zimmerman second. Chris Carroll third. What can Tanner do here? Fires him back off. Green flag back out in the air. Down into turn one. Believe it or not, they're going to be single file. But Thomas Axum made a really quick move to the inside of the 24 Troy Tarbuck. Got some damage on the left side of that late model, or super late model, I should say. Makes the pass, put himself back up into fourth position. Now has to hunt down Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll all over the back bumper of that number 28 machine going down into turns 1 and 2. But Tanner Marr slowly starting to creep away here, setting some pretty good lap times. Oh, man, big contact there. Great save by the number 99. Big wiggle coming off turn number 2. The 28 gets into the back of him. That was awesome racing right there. Oh, man, Axum gets the grass a little bit. They're going to be side by side going out into turns 3 and 4. Lap 84 of 125. Tarbuck goes way up the racetrack, allows Pittman to get back by him, and now puts Pittman up inside the top 5. These drivers going for everything they can, every inch of this racetrack, using every bit of it here tonight. Tanner Marr still leading Chris Carroll, though. He's hunting him down. Last time by, Carroll was about a 10th faster. He's right on the back bumper. Let's go ahead and take a ride on board here with Tanner Marr. Race leader right now, but Chris Carroll looking to the inside. Not able to make anything happen just yet. Still can't make nothing happen. Got to run here. Nope, he tucks back in line. Carroll is probably just waiting for the best opportunity right now, waiting for Tanner to make a little bit of a slip up. That time by. Pretty much identical lap times. Thomas Axum all over the back bumper. Brian Zimmerman in the 28 looking for third. Christian Pittman now back up in here. Axum looks to the inside. Zimmerman's going to go up the racetrack. Battle for the race lead. Chris Carroll. Give it to Carroll that time by. Lap 90 of 125. 35 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Axum bringing it back up here. He's running third. Gets on the curbing a little bit. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. Gets in front of the 14. 14 puts the bumper to him. Wow, man. These guys are going at it here tonight. Side by side, still for the race lead. Tanner Marr holding strong on that outside. Thomas Axum's going to look now. He's going to follow Chris Carroll on through. A little bit of contact there. Tanner Marr goes down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Slides back up in front. He's going to block both of them. Great save by the number 4. Axum looking to the inside, going down the back straightaway. Tanner looked like he ran him down the racetrack just a little bit. Pittman right all over the back bumper. That number 13 coming out of turn number 4. Side by side across the line for 5th. Tanner is getting hung out to dry up here on this top lane. He's going to have to find a hole to get down. He does. Right there behind Pittman. Now slots himself back into 4th. Gets into the back of Pittman. Trying to move him up out of the way. Try and get that 3rd spot back. But now, Axum involved in that one caution. Fighting his way back up into 2nd once again, just like he had to do it last week. Trying to get up to Chris Carroll. Lap times. We'll take a look at him this time by. Axum is almost a 10th faster than that number 99. We got 30 laps to go here. They're going to tick off quick. Let's go on the roof cam of Thomas Axum here. Riding on board. You see how close he is. Carroll getting a little bit of the grass there coming out of turn number 2. Going down into 3 and 4. Look at the distance gained in the middle of the corner by the 13. Caution flag back out on the speedway. Looks like it might have been Brody Mears once again here. Back it up a little bit here. Looks like he might get a little tight here. Yep, gets a little tight. He gets that super late model up on the wall. Spins it around. That's going to bring out our caution once again here tonight. So when we go back green flag racing, we're going to have under 25 laps to go. Something going on with Chris Carroll here. Not sure, he might have had to wait for the pace car or something. He was really ahead of him. Let's see if we can't bring him up here. Let's talk to him. Driver, that number 99, Chris Carroll. It's Sam in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Samuel. Hey,
man. Only going to be a little under 25 laps to go here. What do you think you got for him?
Well, this is not my best track. I don't have raw speed here. I'm good on the long runs, so I think Pittman and Axum got something for me, and I think Zimmerman's right there too. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like my odds. If it's a long run, maybe a bunch of short runs, I can hold them off, getting the jump, but it's gonna be tough up here, Samuel.
All right, man. Well, we've been watching you all night. You worked your way up through the field, so good luck to you in the rest of the race. I'll put you back down with your team.
I appreciate it, my man. I'm gonna need it.
You're down there with Zimmerman, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck out there, Chris. That was driver the number 99, Chris Carroll. You heard him. I think Axum's a little bit faster, but I mean, if we keep getting these little quick yellows, Carroll might be able to hold him off, go 2 in a row here tonight. Coming to take lap 100 here. Could be 25 laps to go. Interesting call by Chris Carroll. He goes to the top. All right, what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? They're going to take the green with 24 laps to go. Field in the hands of Chris Carroll. Fires them off. We're back underway here at North Wilksboro. Great jump for the number 99, but Axum also got a good restart there as well. Under fire from Pittman, though, on the outside. Pittman trying to clear Zimmerman coming out of turn 2. Going out into 3 and 4. He's going to run it in a little bit lower, try and block that 28. Now trying to get a run on that number 13. But that 13, man, he has been bad fast all night long. Even right there, just a touch faster than Carroll that time by. Getting right to the back bumper. Right on board with Chris Carroll once again. Oh, he's in the wall. Axum in the wall again. He slammed the door on Pittman, and I don't know how much longer Pittman's going to deal with that. He's given him a few breaks already here tonight. 21 laps to go, coming to take 20 laps to go. Good run here so far. A little bit of a bobble there coming out of 4 by the 13, but he is just on rails here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Him and Pittman both were faster that time by, as Carroll just has a mirror full of that number 13. Throw a blanket over your top 3. Right on the back bumper. Will he make a move here going out into 1? No. Looks like he's waiting for that opportune time to get past the number 99 here. Pittman's still trying to make something happen. He's up there. Seems like he gets a good run through the center and the corner, but those two up front just pull on him coming off of the corner. That time by identical lap times by race leaders, a 5.7, a 5.6, and a 5.8. Even Zimmerman back there with a 5.7. Troy Tarbuck actually the fastest in the top 5 with an 18.47 right now. 17 laps to go. It's going to get interesting here. I mean, Axum is just all over. He's looking to make a move here. Down into 3 and 4. It's going to be side by side for the race lead. Carroll's going to do everything he can. Try and hold him down here. He's got the run. Carroll's still your race leader. Oh, they make a little bit of contact there. Carroll into the outside wall. Still side by side. Carroll's going to lose the lead, but now he has to hold on to second. Pittman right on the back bumper of Axum, but put Axum back up to the lead. Blanket over your top 5. Nose to tail, 15 laps to go. Pittman looked like he tried to make a move right there. Couldn't get the power down quick enough. Can't make it happen. 14 laps to go. Chris Carroll looking to the inside of the 14. Can't make it happen. Down the back straightaway. Coming out of turn number 4 and across the line still, Thomas Axum, your race leader. Christian Pittman running second. Chris Carroll running third. Troy Tarbuck running 4th. Brian Zimmerman in 5th. Tanner Marsh 6th. Brad Carpenter 7th. Kyle O'Danick 8th. Derek Stanley 9th. Scott Smith rounds out your top 10. That time by an 18.68 for the race leader, an 18.72 for Christian Pittman. He is trying to get everything he can out of that number 14 right now, trying to get up to go for this win. Haven't seen Christian Pittman out here racing with us in a long time. Coming back here tonight, having a great run, a strong performance in that MF Racing Designs number 14. It looks like Axum might run away with it here as we come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 10 laps to go. What's going to happen here? We're going to get another quick yellow. Can Pittman get to the back bumper? Maybe do a little bump and run here at the short track in North Wilkesboro? We'll have to wait and see. Chris Carroll sending it in to turns 3 and 4 right there. Trying to get every bit of it he can. Down in 1 and 2. These guys are starting to close in on each other once again. Looks like Pittman might have gotten in the wall just a little bit there coming out of turn number 2. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be 8 laps to go. Thomas Axum still holding on to the race lead. Troy Tarbuck, though, man, having a great run here tonight. He started 3rd, only down 1 position from the start of this race, but a great run nonetheless for that number 24. Six laps to go this time by. Lap times are still pretty identical for the race leader and Pittman, and it looks like there might be an issue there with the number 48 of Treadwell. He was down on the infield, trying to keep it down there. Really great job keeping it down there to not bring out a caution, but 5 figures in the air from the flagman. 5 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Axum just pulling away. Four laps to go here. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be 3 laps to go for the number 13. Can he get redemption from last week? Two laps to go here down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. All eyes on the number 13 of Thomas Axum right now. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be white flag in the air. Can the 13 hold on? All he's got to do, 4 more corners, nice and smooth. Get redemption from last week down the back straightaway for the final time into turns 3 and 4. Thomas Axum, heartfelt race tonight. Redemption from last week. He's going to take home the checkered flag here at North Wilkesboro. Christian Pittman bringing it home 2nd. Chris Carroll in 3rd. Everybody showing congratulations to Thomas. Well-deserved win. Gonna burn it down here. This winning moment has been brought to you by Maine's Mobile Truck Service. All right, let's see what we can do here. We got Axum. Put him up there. Christian Pittman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to go ahead and talk to our 3rd place finisher of Chris Carroll, climbing out of that super late model. Now, we talked to you before, right there on that caution right before we went back green flag racing. You said you weren't sure if you could hold him off. What do you think you could have done differently there?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure this track out, Sam, for 3 years. I never have quite figured it out. For some reason, you get a 60 lap run, I go from the front to the back, or the back to the front. But you give me a 20 lap run, and I can't get the raw speed there. I always use it up too much.
Well, hey, you still come home third. You got to win last week, so you're still going to do good in the points. I mean, like you said, I think you could have had him there if it was a longer run. But how do you feel about coming in third place tonight? I mean, still good points tonight, right?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. I thought I was going to die starting in the back here. This is a track that's, historically is a wreck fest, and these guys did a really good job tonight. We got some racing done, but my goal was to get to the top 5 from the back. Being, I'm not really great at this track, and it's tough to pass. And guys are really good here, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not gonna lie, Sam.
All right, man. Who you got to thank on that number 99?
Well, we're gonna thank TSP first this week. I always forget them. I always say you guys. I never say the name. True Sim Productions. Always got to thank the Pit Lizard boys, and Troy and Larry and Guy and Brian Zimmerman. Of course, he powers his car. Got to thank everybody here that puts up a good show and a tight ship. And this is the best late model series on the service. But gonna throw a shout out to my friend Keith out there tonight. Keith McGillivray. He had a terrible accident and his house burnt down. So let's all keep Keith in our thoughts, and hopefully we can help him out there somehow. He's an awesome guy, and hate to see that happen. So thanks for everything, Sam and Tanner and all these guys that put this on. It just keeps this in perspective that sim racing comes second to life.
All right, man. Well, hey, third place finished. Can't complain about that. We're heading to USA International next week. We'll see you there, Chris.
Thanks, sir.
Third place finisher, driver the number 99, Chris Carroll. And now somebody we got to talk to. He hasn't been around much, but he's coming back tonight, showing a great performance in that number 14 MF Racing Designs. Christian Pittman coming up in second. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I finally moved into my new house, so after 6 months of not iRacing, I hit or miss a few races between that. Finally able to get back into sim and get to play it every Monday night. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I was actually saying that on the broadcast. We hadn't seen you in a while, so I'm glad you got your stuff figured out and you're able to come back and race with us. And to come out first time back and get a second place finish, I mean, that's awesome. But do you think you could have had something there for that number 13? Because you guys were battling pretty tough and running pretty identical lap times. Do you think you had something for him there?
I might have had something for him. To me, the car got better after about 30 lap run, and that's when I felt like the car was really coming in. So maybe a little bit longer, but that last run he was pulling away. Now the first couple of runs at the beginning of the race when he'd pull out and I'd run him down, I thought we had something for him. But he's always fast. Him and Chris, those are the two guys you're always racing against every weekend.
All right, man. Well, hey, we head to USA next week. How do you feel about going to that track?
Man, I looked at the schedule this afternoon at work to see what racetracks we were going to, and man, I'm excited for this schedule. I love every track we're going to. USA is probably my second favorite track besides North Wilksboro, so I'm pretty excited.
All right, man. Well, hey, second place finish, first time back in a while. Not going to complain about that. Who you got to thank on that number 14?
I'd like to thank my grandparents as always, my dad, my buddies at work, Matt and Ben for watching tonight. MF Racing Designs, of course, Five Kings Motorsports, the Butt Kicker, everybody over at Crooked Line that puts on the league, of course, you for doing the broadcast, and anybody else.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll let you go celebrate that second place finish. We'll see you next week at USA.
Yes, sir. We'll see you then.
That was driver the number 14, MF Racing Designs, super late model, Christian Pittman. And now the man of the hour. We got to talk to him. Give me 1 second here. Talking to the number 13 of Thomas Axum. Little bit of redemption from last week, man. How's it feel to come home in victory lane?
Oh, it feels awesome. Definitely looking for consistency, so it's nice to get +1 from the second place of last week.
Did you have any doubts or a little bit of a worry there when you were involved in that one caution? I saw you got a little bit of left front end damage. Did it affect that super late model at all tonight?
No, I knew there was some netco between me and Brad. He said there's no way he hit me there, and No one's out here doing stuff like that on purpose, so I knew it could have been I knew it was probably just net code. So I just made the assumption that the car should be okay. So I felt like there was no problems out there. It was just a little tight, but that's what happens to the cars over a long run.
All right, man. Well, hey, we asked Christian this. We go to USA next week. How do you feel you're going to do there? Because you got to start from the back now. Remember that.
Yeah, same thing that Chris had to go through tonight. You got to get to the front, and then when it's time to get to the front, you have to hit that pit stop. So, gonna look forward to just getting through the field just one by one, and then the race really starts after the pit stop. So just be there at the beginning to be there at the end.
All right, man. Well, who you got to thank on that number 13?
Yeah, just shout out to all the guys in Crooked. Tanner for putting all the behind the scenes work. You guys up in the studio calling the show. I love going back and watching them. Bernier's Liquors, RKM Setup Shop, and Studios 10 Designs.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations getting your redemption here at North Wilksboro. We'll see you next week at USA.
Thank you, sir.
That was driver the number 13, Thomas Axum. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here tonight at Wilkesboro. What a great race. These guys did a really good job here tonight. 20 late models. We're going to have to see what happens next week. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night, though, everybody, to check out the first race of the Tour Modifieds. We're going to be broadcasting that live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to check us out tomorrow night. Race results up on your screen. Thomas Axum getting a redemption shot from last week, taking home the win tonight. Christian Pittman coming in second. Chris Carroll in the third position. Troy Tarbuck and Brian Zimmerman rounds out your top 5. That's going to do it for us here on True Sim Productions here tonight on Monday. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one.